it.
Oh, good run, brother.
Good run. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to you.
Happy Father's Day, my man. That was a killer one, man.
8 miles, huh?
Golly.
After 16 miles.
8 miles, 16. What, you did 20 yesterday?
20 yesterday.
Oh, dang.
But your longest run
Longest run ever. 16, man. It was
turn around with the 8 on the trails.
It was, I don't even know. Struggled the whole way, but worth every second of it. You know what I'm saying?
That's what happens when
every second.
When you actually get out there and do it.
Right, but man, you guys, welcome to the first episode of the Run Different podcast. This is my man Tim Clark, Guimo Grace. Happy Father's Day, everybody.
Happy Father's Day.
Man, it was a great day to be out here running on the trails, hot. Had to do a little bit of plan changing. Usually we're early morning runners, but we got out here about 1 o'clock. Still great weather.
I don't know which one's
a little hot. Get some coffee going here. Get some energy back in, because I'm dead, guys. I am exhausted.
We got the new thermoses on the scene.
New thermos. We're gonna make sure
suggestions installed.
Make sure we get some suggestions going. So get some coffee going, then we'll get some topics talking about with Father's Day. But man, we thank you guys for being here, and once again, happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day.
So happy Father's Day to you, brother. We talked about him last time on episode 0. You've got the 6-year-old, your son, and then what, 3?
2 daughter.
She's the boss.
She's the boss.
Runs the whole show.
She's the boss, the bully, the bookie, whatever you want to call her. She runs the show. So for sure.
And then I've got my 5,
right,
all the way from 18, 15, 13, 12.
Sheesh. And then 6.
The 6-year-old runs the show.
I mean, we basically got a basketball team.
He runs the show. Yeah.
He runs the show.
He runs the show.
That's awesome.
He tries to keep up with him.
So my son's born in August.
Yeah.
Your son's born in September. So I mean,
September
like, we're
3rd, almost a month exactly.
It's almost like we planned it. It's
yeah,
kind of funny,
absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Same thing with my brother. His son was born in July 13th. So like, it's kind of crazy, man. You know, like my brother, we have that relationship. You know, we connect there. Our boys are the same age. Same with you.
His
you know, obviously.
Boy also nice.
Right. Obviously, you know, you got some bigger kids, but we can still bond on them being in the Paw Patrol, right?
Yeah, we were talking about on the trail.
Bluey's on the trail, right? So
let me ask you this real quick before we get into it. And with being a dad, I'm a boy dad.
Right.
I'm a great uncle to my nieces.
Right.
I would just tell you that.
Right.
I'll die for them. But they're my nieces.
Right.
So I get to just spoil them and send them home.
Right.
You had, what, 4 years of being a boy dad?
Yeah, 4 years of being a boy dad.
But I noticed you wear that girl dad hat.
I love it.
Tell me the differences between that.
Man, you know, first of all, I love it. Love being a girl dad. I love being a boy dad too, you know, and I can say that, like, I got the best of both worlds, right? I get to go be a boy dad, we get to do boy things, and then, you know, my daughter, we're starting ballerina tomorrow.
You're gonna look great in a tutu.
Right? I can't wait. You know what I'm saying? So
I agree.
Heels and toes, guys. Heels and toes.
That's right.
But I get to have a little bit of both worlds. But I mean, you know, my daughter, she's a pit bull. You know, she beats up her brother. You know, so
I love it.
You know, is it a little different for sure? Do I spoil her? Man, 100%. But am I harder on my son? I probably am, right?
You should be,
and I feel like I should be, but at the same time, I'm getting on her ass too. Like she's pushing my ass buttons.
So which one's easier?
Oh, my son was 100% easier.
No question.
No question. Eating, sleeping, everything.
All of it.
My daughter, man, she wants you. She don't want you.
Yeah.
If she don't want you, then she wants mom, right? So you can never find the right, you know, am I the one today, or is she the one today?
And you ain't even got into it yet. She hadn't even got there. We'll revisit this in 8 years, 10 years when she's about to be a preteen.
Right. Well, that's my joke. I always say, well, she's 2 and she's going on 16. So
she's already there.
She's already there. So we're 16. We're going on 35. You know.
No, with my boys, it's easy.
Right. Well, that's, you know, they flip it on you. How is it being a strict boy dad?
I love it.
Yeah.
I think it's just the easiest thing in the world, because I wouldn't say the easiest. My wife is going to see this and she's going to say absolutely not. The boys are disgusting. All they do is fart. All they do is leave messes and break stuff.
Sounds about right.
And so it's full-time chaos at the house. Not a question about it. It's always loud.
Right.
I don't know if you've seen the cartoon. We talk about cartoons. My 6-year-old, he loves the Loud House.
Oh yeah. Oh,
big fan of the Loud House.
Yeah.
I feel like they may have stole our autobiography and just added to it, because we represent that fully, man. It's crazy. We have family come over all the time, and they'll just look at Bailey and I and be like, "How in the world do you guys do it?"
Right.
But I love it, man. I love it.
Right.
We've always got other kids over at the house as well.
You say you have a niece and a nephew that you basically...
Oh, they're over all the time.
Right, those are basically one of yours.
Yeah, they're over all the time. We love having them over. Actually, Archie had his first basketball game Saturday.
Okay,
so
yeah, how was that?
They're little 4-year-olds out there running. Hey, they had one kid had a little step back. He was hitting it. But
you see those kids when they're at that age, you can see who's already different.
Oh, it's
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
right?
oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
There's a couple kids that are like, oh, he'll be good.
Yeah.
He already goes out to the driveway.
And then there's a couple that's like, bless their heart. At least they're trying.
I'm glad they're being
That's
active.
why we're out there, though.
I'm glad they're being active.
Right,
hey, but you know what, though? A lot of those kids that
end up being
the ones.
Yeah,
end up being the ones. They just didn't
that dog.
quit.
Yeah,
hey,
that's
I've
true.
got one that I can't wait, and I'm telling you guys, when Kaz finally goes, he was the kid on the court with his hands in his pocket.
Right.
He's my only kid that has glasses, prescription glasses.
Mm-hmm.
He'd be out there, prescription glasses. He had a mullet for a little while, hands in his pocket on the basketball court. He's 12 now. You go out there and see him, and it's like
different.
He's been the most natural progression kid. And I mean, I coach football, baseball. Or I don't coach baseball now, but I did coach basketball. So it's fun. You get to watch all the kids grow. And this relates to, a Father's Day type of deal. And once they're on my team, they're my kids.
Right.
Like, I don't care if you
made
quit that next season, and I see you 5 years later, I'm checking in on you. How you doing? You getting in trouble? What are you doing at school?
Right.
And all of that. But I get to watch all of them progress. And the coolest part of it is my 12-year-old may be the most natural progression kid.
Right.
And I keep telling him, I say, hey, Kaz, when you get bigger and you're going off and you're that dude, just remember that there was a couple of us that didn't doubt in you, even when you had your hands in your pocket. So
we use that kid, this shy kid. Man, my son was like, they did soccer for the first time. He loved practicing.
Yeah.
Had great footwork, was a great athlete for his as a young kid. But then game day, he's just nervous, man. He didn't want everybody watching him,
So did he just do his first season?
He just did his first season last summer. So then we kind of took a break, and we were trying to get him in T-ball. He's got a pretty good swing, but he just don't want to do it. We're just worried about where the dinosaurs are right now. We'll figure that out first. When we bring them back, then we'll play ball.
Looking at where the dinosaurs came from.
That's the most important thing. And I love
rocks are cool.
Right, love that, And then, but when that time comes, we'll be ready for it.
Well, and to that point, with Eli, he wants to play all the sports because his big brothers all play sports. So that's something else that I see with him. His brothers are much older. His next closest brother is 6 years older than him. So they're all fully active in sports.
Right.
So he wants to play them all. But me, and we kind of talked about it on the trail today, you want them to stay kids. You want them to be kids. I don't want to push this thing to where I've got the best 8U kid in the nation or in the state of Oklahoma. That doesn't mean anything to me.
Right.
And they get zero from that.
Right.
They get to, actually, their expectations are set pretty high for the rest of their life, and they don't get a scholarship for 10 more years.
Right.
Or an opportunity to actually sign for 10. You know what I mean? So why not let these kids be kids? And we've kind of done that. Now, Eli wrestles, but as far as just throwing him in all the sports and just grinding out. And I mean, I've got a I've got a jaded view of the competitive sports world after being in it for the past few years.
It's new to me still.
Oh, it's disgusting.
Yeah,
it's disgusting.
It's its own.
We'll talk
it's
more.
A whole other.
It's a beast.
Well, I imagine that's going to be a good topic. For us
we'll have a whole
about.
show about it. It's a Ponzi scheme, in my opinion.
Right. Oh man.
And all. Yeah, but anyways.
No, I get that.
Father's Day got us to talking about our kids.
Yep. Father's Day.
My 5 sports is pretty much what we do. Next weekend we'll be in Northwest Arkansas.
Oh, fucking got a tick on me
for
boys.
Basketball. Alpha gal.
Nope, tick on you.
No.
Make sure when you go trail running, check for ticks because I just got one on me, so we're fine. But yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Sir. No, I was just saying we're going to be in Northwest Arkansas this coming weekend, and we'll see what the trails look like out there.
Right.
I think we're going to try to do the next episode.
Yeah, separate.
Remotely.
Yeah, remotely.
Remotely. So,
Gimo,
you'll be out here probably.
I'll probably be out here, and I'll set up, and then.
I don't know where I'll be, but I'll be at a trailhead somewhere.
Make it work for sure, and
we'll set up something and try to stream this thing.
Right, and then another opportunity for you guys to suggest. Tim will be. Where you say you're being at again?
Northwest Arkansas. I don't know exactly where.
Any suggestions out there, guys? Shoot them at them.
Yeah, if you know trails, let me know.
Yeah, let them know.
I'm always open to find new pastures.
Right. So it's Father's Day, So we're gonna talk. We're gonna take a segment here to kind of talk about our fathers, right? So Tim, funny thing, me and Tim, we kind of, obviously we walk different paths, but our paths are very similar. He's a truck driver kid. I'm a truck driver kid. That's where we kind of grew up with. And so, like Tim, let's tell us a little bit about how he was with your father. How your relationship as a truck driver kid and how he kept that with you guys, or just. However you want to get into it, man.
Yeah, so I will say, first of all, happy Father's Day, Pops. Love you, man. I talked to him actually on the way over here to the trails just to touch base with him. Went out, took me out to play some poker on Friday.
Oh, so fun.
Very blessed to be able to still interact with Pops and all of that. But yeah, growing up so I'm not just a truck driver's son, I'm also a truck driver's grandson as well.
Same.
Happy Father's Day, Grandpa.
Same.
He is, again, I'm blessed to have him around. He was with us at poker on Friday also.
No way, that's awesome, dude.
But
that's awesome.
Growing up, man, it was tough, honestly. I'll be honest, it was tough. It wasn't easy. Learned a lot from Pops. Learned a lot about hard work. I mean, I still, not knocking anybody else, but I'll put my work ethic up against anybody. And I think a lot of that attributes to my dad. He raised us up on a moving truck. So he drove for North American. My grandpa drove for North American owner-operators. Heck, I think my grandpa was 40-something years. And
wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, so we would only see him maybe once a year. I'd see my grandpa. He'd be passing through Henrietta, Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
They used to have a pig-out palace.
Yep.
We'd stop, have breakfast or lunch or dinner, or just depending when he was passing through on 40. And then it may be next year until we see him. And so with Pops, it was a little bit more. With my dad, it was a little bit more time that we got to see him. And then as I got older, I would just go to wherever he was for the entire summer and work the whole summer with him. Which me and my brother, we went with my grandpa together one time. And I can't remember how old we were, but I'd guess 8 and 10 years old. Or, well, I'm 4 years. So we were probably about, let's just say 7 and 11 years old or something like that. Man, we had the whole WWE, WWF at the time, Royal Rumble. Yeah, because my grandpa had a nice Kenworth.
Well, if he spent that much time
big bunk bed, I mean, he'd spend 300 plus days a year on the road.
Yeah, that's home.
For 40-something years, and there was one thing for sure you could always guarantee: he'd have that big box of goldfish that looked like a milk carton. He'd have one of those in there at all times. But yeah, so maybe I was about 10 or 11 years old, and me and my brother went with my grandpa for the summer, and it was about, I don't know, maybe a month into it, and Grandpa was like, "This will be the last time you guys ever come with me together." So from that point on, during the summer, my brother and I would go. I'd go with my Pops. He'd go with my grandpa.
You guys,
and so then it just got to where me and my dad, we worked together. So I got to spend a lot of time, during the summertime. I'd work 3 months out of the year. work for 3 months and I make $200.
Right.
I don't know
that's
math.
family.
Yeah,
that's family.
I don't know the child labor laws on that, but it's probably.
No, I think in the time when you were doing that, I think that was.
I probably got
perfectly,
overpaid.
You made overtime on that one. But,
probably got overpaid, but no, man. I learned a lot of lessons as far as work. Like I said, work ethic. Pops always did it for us. Right. I don't ever knock him. He was gone a lot. And which led me, growing up, I would lean to the streets or I would lean to the whatever to look for that. I didn't realize it at the time, but I know now that's what I was doing because he was gone. But I hold no resentment or grudge or nothing like that because I understand he was out there working for us.
Right.
Everything he made, he would send home.
Right.
And so
it was
a sacrifice that he made. He didn't want to be out there.
Same.
I remember when he'd get back, my mom would be so pissed at us and she'd be ready for him to just tear our ass up.
Right.
And he ain't seen us for 3, 5, 6 months, whatever it may have been. And so he'd take us in the room and he'd be like, hey, start crying. And then he starts whooping the belt on the freaking bed and because he could just been gone the whole time. He don't want to come home whooping his kids. He missed us and stuff. So like I said, it was all love. I'm not one of those guys that's like, oh, I was mistreated. No, my mom and dad did great. I don't hold nothing against them. Pops, like I said, he taught me how to work. He taught me, I will say, now, my pops, and he's been battling for the last couple of years. He's not able to walk as well now. He's up moving around, but he's the one that taught me the mentality, bro.
Right.
And I think, honestly, he knew it. He just didn't know how to implement it.
Right.
If that makes sense.
That does.
Because he would tell me all the time when I'd be complaining, it's hot out here. And he'd say, it's just in your mind.
Right.
And for me, especially as a teenage kid or a young 20s, I knew everything, of course.
Yeah.
And so I'm telling him, like, no, it's not in my mind. It's hot.
It's hot.
Well, now that I'm getting older, I'm realizing it is hot, but
it's on your mind.
How it affects you is in your mind. And, he was one of them that, hey, you're as strong as your mind is. You're whatever you think you can make happen, or if you don't think you can, you're exactly right. You can't make it happen.
Right.
So that was definitely the mental aspect of just being hard, if you will. You know what I mean? Just being tough and not complaining, and there's just there's things definitely that I learned from him
the hard way.
Just sweat equity. I remember being 10 years old, 10-ish, maybe 12, whatever. And we're on a move with adults. I'm out there with professional moving adults. We're trying to move a sleeper sofa.
Right.
And I'm just giving it all I got to hold this thing up. But I'm trying to be the guys. You know what I mean? And so they wanted me out, like, get off of it, little man. Here, let somebody else do it. And it's like, nah. So that, things like that made me who I am today. As much as it sucked at the time.
Made you who you are, right.
Working instead of getting to spend my summers playing and swimming and I joke all the time before the last few years, I've been to a lot of states in the United States. I have got to visit 0 of them. Like I said, now here as of late, I've been traveling and trying to see places, but when I grew up, man, I went all over the United States. I seen a lot of stuff from the front windshield of a Peterbilt.
Right.
But it's like, hey, I remember we were close to the Grand Canyon one time, and I asked Dad, I see the signs for it. It's like Grand Canyon this way or whatever. It's like, Dad, are we going to get to go see the Grand Canyon? He's like, I don't know if you can see, 20 miles that way, then you'll be able to see it. But otherwise, if
it's on the way,
we're on a one-way ticket to wherever
that was one
going.
thing. When my dad we would try and make time for cool things, but if it wasn't on the way to make that money,
right?
Sorry, bud.
If we were there to make money. We're not out on the road to play.
I got a funny story because so originally we're from Hawaii, so we moved here for better opportunities. Same thing, trucker kid, grandfather trucker kid too. So Papa, love you, miss you, So like, man, we just moved here. We lived in the truck with my mom, dad, my brother, and myself for years. Just living on the truck, homeschool, semi-truck.
Really?
Just us, yeah. 2 beds, making it work. Bathroom breaks, we made it work. And so first time we're in the mainland, we see snow. So we're excited for snow, man. You know, obviously, Dad, we want to go here. We want to go here. Well, we can't go out. We got to go running. I'm running.
On job,
so,
yeah.
all right, cool. So we get to a truck stop. He's like, well, here you play snow. So we're over here playing snow, man. You were sliding down the big hill, everything. Didn't think nothing of it. Here comes a guy, be like, yeah, man, I just want to let you know that that's all full of poop.
Oh,
that
no
you guys
way.
are playing on the septic area.
Oh, no.
We had no idea, bro. We from
Having
Hawaii.
a blast.
We from Hawaii. Yeah, first time on snow. We're over here jumping on it, sliding down it.
Thinking like, kind of stinks
Yeah,
over
you know
here in
what?
the mainland.
But it's a memory that I remember to this day.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
like, it was
hilarious.
great. Love it. Now we know, hey, make sure if the snow is yellow, don't touch it. All right, now we know, right?
That's right.
You know, now we're
Hopefully
veterans.
nobody face planted.
But it's, you know, funny. It's just funny because if it worked, it worked. You know,
Right.
Dad had to make those sacrifices, and then once we kind of got settled in after a year, so we moved to Tulsa and we stayed in Tulsa.
Okay.
Right. So, but you know, same thing. You know, he was here, he wasn't here. If it was football season or baseball, he would try the best that he could. You know,
Stay close.
Right. In
Yeah.
the beginning of our life when we were younger, obviously there was things that he sacrificed for, gone a little bit longer.
Right.
When we got a little bit older, you know, and my brother played, me and myself played college sports or high school, it's when he was come home a little bit more. But it was still, you know, he wasn't there every day.
Right.
You know, it wasn't saying that he wasn't there. His
Right.
presence was
Right,
there.
right, right,
you know,
right.
like you said, like, hey, like Daddy don't want to come home and, you know, give you lickings.
Right.
If
we
you don't,
still knew
right,
if we
right.
messed up.
But,
when Dad got home.
Mama used it as a really good threat.
Yeah,
in
right,
a way,
right.
You know, and I always used to hear, if I gotta turn this truck around
That's right.
and come home, then we got problems. Well, luckily we was good enough that he never did, but he used that threat.
we knew he wasn't playing either.
So, and you know, you think about these memories. So just to kind of keep you guys in the loop here, you know, my father passed away not even a year ago, last August. Man, it was probably the hardest thing I've ever done. Still the hardest thing that I'm dealing with today. You know, my running journey where I'm at now and why we're having these conversations is a lot because of what happened to my father. You know, we were talking on the trail today. You know, going through hard things. You know, it makes going through harder things easier because
Absolutely.
you're constantly. You know, well, this is hard. 8 miles is hard. You know, you did 20 miles.
8 miles after
right?
longest run ever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
16. Then they did 8. That was hard.
That's
right?
hard.
You know, but dealing with that and that situation, which was out of nowhere. You know, my father just, you know, was just cutting the grass. Was good one day. Went to the bathroom and he's not here anymore. You know, so it wasn't like something where we planned for
No
it.
pre-existing.
No, it's just kind of, you know, out of the wind heart attack, you know. And he just retired. He was probably maybe like a year in retirement, man. He was living the best life. He was traveling. He was the best.
Finally doing what he wanted to.
Dude, you want to talk? So we talked about my daughter, right?
Yeah.
You want to talk? That man spoiled her.
Oh, I have no
rotten. And that was his baby girl. And it's just funny because we're a family of boys.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know,
okay.
We're boys. I got another uncle that's got all boys on the KLO side, which is my grandma's side. So you know, she's the first girl in our family
really?
for us. You know, so that was all. I mean, spoiled.
Oh, she's
rotten.
spoiled to death.
So and that was something that was really hard to deal with. Was to know that he wouldn't have that opportunity anymore. But for that year that he was retired.
Right.
Oh, that's all it was.
Soaked it all up.
Soaked it up. I mean, if we were out somewhere, well, Junior, that's what I call my daughter. Her name is Eva, which is my wife's name, but I call her Junior. Junior just, give me her.
She'd be on.
Give me her.
She would do that.
So,
no question about it.
Right. So, you know, and I get back, you know, when the day my dad passed away, you know, I was there. You know, my mom called me. I rushed to the house, and then I was right in the middle of them doing CPR on him.
Okay.
Jumped right in the house, right in the middle of the battle, and then my brother was on the way. You know, everything was happening so fast. It felt like we were running 200 miles per hour, man. I mean, like, we just didn't know what to do.
Right.
You know, this was something we never thought that we would cross, because he just retired, he's healthy, he's doing all these things.
Everything's good.
You know, we was more worried on mom because of her
Sure.
her stages of Alzheimer's or her dementia, right? So this just sideswiped us completely from left field to where it was, what do we do now? You know, when my dad left the house and he was in the ambulance and they're like, well, just don't follow us, but we're going to go here. Me and my brothers, it felt like an eternity. It might have been like 5 minutes.
Right.
Of us just sitting there and being like, what do we do?
Trying to figure everything
All right,
out.
we go here, what, da-da-da. You know, the first thing we did is we cleaned the house up. Because it was a mess because of what they had to do. We cleaned everything up so that when we came back, it was normal, right? And then we settled, and then we went to the hospital, which was a long 2 days, to where, you know, me and my brother had to make those decisions on what we were going to do. You know, were we going to wait longer? You know, is he have a chance?
Right,
you know, obviously it was such a long time for them that he was gone already. You know, and one thing about my dad, and he was very vocal, and I'll tell you this: if he would have came out of that and he had any living situations, I promise you, he always said, "You better shoot me."
Really?
You know, and I'm like, my dad was quick to tell you how he feels.
Yeah.
And so we knew that that's not an option. That if he wasn't coming back 100%, he didn't want to live like that.
Right.
So that was kind of like our decision. And like I said, you know, running made it manageable for me.
And you said you had just started
really, I just got done with a half marathon. I was training for the Pumpkin Holler, 11 mile. So I did that.
This was the first, the first trip to Pumpkin Holler.
And my dad was there for my half marathon.
Was he? Okay.
Which was awesome.
Nice. That's awesome.
You know, and then, you know, honestly, it was funny because he's like, oh man, I want to do this.
He was about to
I'm about to run this thing. And I'm like, bro, go ahead, good luck, bro.
Yeah.
This is tough.
Let's see how you do, Pops.
Right. But you know, I catch myself, you know, like today, you know, today was tough.
Yeah.
You know, you wake up in the morning and, you know, obviously he runs through my mind every day.
Always, but, even not on Father's
You know, and
Day,
then, but like, you know, we're busy. You know, we're working, the kids, we're running, you know, there's fun times, you know.
Easy to mask it.
Right.
Easier,
right?
Yeah.
To kind of put it to the side. But today was a hard day. I was worried about even coming out here and talking about it because I didn't want to bawl in front of everybody. You know, I'm trying to, you know, because I'm not the only one that's lost a father.
Right.
You know,
I appreciate you coming out, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, I appreciate you running, and because I needed this.
Right, I'm glad it worked out. Like I said, I talked to you yesterday about it. Like, hey, if you don't want to talk about it, I know this is the first one, man.
Right.
And like we talked about on the trail, though, like it's not gonna. The 20th Father's Day, that comes around without you.
Still feel the same.
You're still gonna, it's just.
You know, like we got birthday in October that we got to deal with, you know, which we've done a birthday already because he passed before.
Or
you know, holidays are always tough.
Yeah.
You know, so like, right. It's never, I don't think I'd want it to go away though.
It keeps him around. And he was the guy, right? I mean, he was the man. The guy who ran the family.
Okay,
right?
well, this guy, and I tell you, if you watch him from back home from Hawaii, and you know who I'm talking about now. He's named Richard, but everybody know him as Dickie Boy. That's Dickie in Hawaii, okay? When he came mainland, my mom was like, I'm done with Dickie, you're Richard. Okay?
Oh, really?
So we got away from, he's Uncle Dickie to everybody else, but here in the mainland, he's Richard, but when you go back home, he's Dickie Boy. Yeah. He's Dickie. So, but that guy was one wild horse, always looking for trouble.
Yeah.
Big dreamer. Big dreamer. Always was a big dreamer to the day he died, bro.
But that's why you're here, though, right?
Right. That's why we're here.
In America,
so, and then
or in the mainland. Yeah.
Right. That it was to the point where we were rock bottom in Hawaii, and we had to jump ship. And my dad 180'd to where he became this unbelievable person of leadership. Not saying that he's perfect. I would not. Sure. Oh, brother, I mean, we all struggle, but what he came from and what he built here and what he did for us was all on for him and my mom. And then you can ask anybody back home, you bring up Dick, first it was, man, that guy was a fucking asshole. Sorry, language.
But wow.
But you talk about him now, man, that guy is amazing. What he's done is the man. And my Uncle Ed will always say, that's the man, you know, so. But I miss him. I miss him every day. You know, you miss the laughter.
Yeah.
You miss, I snore. So my daughter, when she lays down with me, she does a fake snore. And it made me die laugh. And then I start crying a couple of days ago. Because my dad used to snore so much that I would kill for that one more time.
Right.
To hear that snore, to smell the coffee, the cigarettes, and maybe a little bit of Jack Daniels in there.
Yeah.
Bro, I would kill for that again. So like, if there's anything that I could say on this, and you said it with you talked to your father today.
Yeah.
Right? You talked to Pops today. Bro, take those opportunities to just say, bro, I love you. Because one thing I would say that me and my dad, we knew that we loved each other. Was it perfect? No. Like, we had our ups and downs, just like everybody will.
Right.
But at the end of the day, we knew that he was the one man that wanted us to be better than him, right? So not having that anymore is tough. But I got my big brother with me. I got my uncles. I got you. We go and do this, to do hard things together. Bro, it has a brighter side. So I will say that, guys, like, it gets better. This will pass in time, right? And that's what I always try to say to myself. But bro, it don't mean I'm not ever thinking about that dude.
Right. It don't
and him
go
yelling
away.
at me when I wasn't throwing strikes.
Yeah.
Or I wasn't getting to a block.
Better get that block. Right. That's right.
Or
being lazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Get it in my ass. Or man, just telling me that I can. I love you. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
So bro, I miss that, and this is the first time I've really talked about it. I talk about it, to my brother and my wife.
Right.
And people that struggle with this, you always will struggle with this, and like I said, I don't want it to go away.
That's what I was gonna say.
I want it to burn.
Really, that type of yelling at you to throw a strike, yelling at you to get a block, we hate it, but we know it's right.
Right.
Quit being lazy.
Right. Get your ass
keep
in
that.
gear.
Yeah, keep that recording of him in your head.
Right.
For when you're at mile 28 in this 50K.
Get your ass moving.
Keep going.
Yeah, right.
Quit being lazy. Quit being lazy. And it's like,
get your ass moving.
You're right.
That's your excuse.
That's it. That's good,
man.
Bro,
I miss you, Dad. I love you.
Legend. I hate that I didn't get to meet him and get him out here on the trails with us.
Nah.
We'd have had him out here running with Jack and the coffee.
Yeah, Ryan would have kicked us out episode 0.
Like, no,
we would have problems with Ryan.
Tim, Gimo, and Diggy, you got to
get
go.
Out of here. Get this guy out of here, this Hawaiian. What's wrong with him? Bud?
No, man, I appreciate you talking about it.
Man.
And like I said, I think there's a lot of people out there, even in our immediate circle, maybe, that probably don't. And I know we've got even a question in here and about why we don't talk about things. As men, it's tough for us to just outside of your wife or outside, outside of your wife or outside of your brother, it's tough to let that wall down, and say, hey, I'm struggling, or this, or even talk good. Like, it doesn't have to be. It's still tough to know that we're not able to talk about it as much as we normally do. So I'm glad. I appreciate you coming out here and putting it out there and giving everybody a chance to hear you be raw and real and open about it. And hey, if you guys got any help, or anything, I don't know that there's really anything that can help, but maybe something that helps you cope a little bit, or keep that smile on your face rather than tears in your eyes, or whatever. But definitely reach out in the comments and let Gimo know.
And then maybe
anybody else out there.
If you have questions of how I do certain things, help me keep his memory alive. Shoot him at me, man. We can sit down and talk about it. I have no problem with talking about that, man. Not a problem. So, but I appreciate that.
I'm glad you. Again, I don't want to. I think you handled it better than I would have.
Right, I
tell
almost
you
lost
that.
it there for a sec.
I told you at the beginning, I'm terrible. If I get too emotional, I can't talk. I'll start squeaking.
Right.
But no, I want to shifting gears a little bit.
Yep.
Not to take anything about all love and respect to your dad and your family and all that, and all the dads out there. Honestly, I think last thing I'll say, I think there's a resurgence of dads that are going out there and grinding for their kids, and a lot more dads fighting for their kids, getting custody of their kids.
Right.
Stay strong. Stay strong. I think dads are as important as moms are. Yeah. I'll just put it that way. I don't think there's one without the other.
Yeah.
But I think dads are vital in
just as important
young men and young ladies' lives. And so, not to take anything away from anybody.
I think not a problem.
Equal thing. But we did get some suggestions. Shout out to everybody who gave suggestions.
Thank you.
We also got the new thermos. Eventually we'll have something cool on here. We're going to get something cool on all of them. But right now I think there's about 10 or 12 of them in here.
What, I pull first, you answer?
You pull first. Yeah, here. I think we're going to mix it up a little bit.
Shake it up.
Let's see.
Shake it up.
We just did the first name, last initial, just in case, because we did have some submissions that went into Messenger, and so I assume they didn't want to have their name public, so I don't want to put anybody out there on blast or anything. But
we might need a bigger jar. It's hard to grab this one.
Is it?
Nah, but it works. I'm just joking. I'm just being a sissy. Okay.
Some of these are going to get heavy.
Here's a good one.
We'll try to get.
I think this is one we want. This is one we wanted to talk about.
Oh, good.
It's funny that. So, overcoming the "I'll start later" mentality, the fear of something new, the "I'll start working out next week," "I'll start the business later," etc. So that came from JT.
That's JT.
Man, this is something that me and Tim, when we saw the comments, this was like, this is the one we want to talk about. So Tim, what is it? What is the mentality that you need to have to start this journey? That any journey, not just running, but just any journey that kind of takes some mental strength, some mental toughness.
I think for me, and this is something that I've developed over time, because just coming out and starting a freaking Outcast Running Club or Outcast Delivery that we've got, or any other venture. I mean, my wife will tell you, I'm a dreamer. I've always got something. I'm always trying to come up with something. And I've always been that way, but I've not acted on it. And I've been successful 0 times out of all of the ideas that I've ever had that I didn't take action on. And I didn't at least try to start to do something.
Right.
And, honestly, this whole thing comes from this podcast, this video, all of this comes from, I'm not going to keep talking about it. I'm just going to do it.
Right.
And if I fail, I'm okay with it. I think that's a part of the process.
Right.
I don't aim for failure. I aim to execute every single time. But I understand that it's a reality.
Right.
I think chasing perfection is part of it, with understanding that it's just about progress.
Right.
I think it was Les Brown said, we'll never reach perfection, but the pursuit of it is the part that we got to enjoy. Right. And so to me, it's like, we could sit around and talk about a bunch of ideas every time we see each other, and how cool it would be if we did start this podcast.
Right. Or
how cool it would be if we did start trail running, or how cool it would be to run the Moab 240, or insert anything of how, man, it would be so fun to do X. And I just started saying, instead of it would be fun to do it, I started saying, what do I have to do this?
Right.
And that's really more of the mentality I take towards it now, is like, how do I accomplish this? If this is what I want to do, I want to run the Moab 240. What do I need to do?
Right.
I need to train like crazy.
Right. I need to put
first of all. And then I need to come up with a lot of money, because those races are expensive.
Yeah, right.
But I cannot accomplish that goal until I start the process of the goal. And so that's kind of my journey with it, is like I finally convinced myself to stop talking about it and just
doing it.
Jump off the cliff.
Right.
And sometimes I'm gonna crash, and sometimes I'm gonna fly.
Right.
All I gotta do is fly one time, and I know how to fly.
And then, you're done.
You know how to fly after that.
Or we'll figure out how to glide, and then we'll get there.
That's right. So what about you? Flip it back to you.
You know, I'm gonna piggyback kind of what we had a conversation on the trail. It was about discipline, right? I think a lot of it has to feed into one discipline, right? So we talked about it, right? Well, we want to be more disciplined in our runs. So that discipline lead into another discipline of our diet, sleep schedule, substance consumption, whatever. Right. To where if we don't be disciplined with discipline 1, well, 2 doesn't work, 3 doesn't work, 4 doesn't work. Right. Now, am I perfect? No. Did we want to come out here today?
Neither one.
Hell no. I'm ready to stay home. I'm ready to stay home. Eat pudding. Watch the baseball game. Go boom. Yeah, you know, right? Right. That's what I want to do. But it took the discipline, you know, and I will say, you know, you holding me accountable to be out here.
It helps.
Help me get out here. Because if I was by myself, you know what?
Nobody would have known.
I get it. Killed it. Killed 8 miles, wasn't nothing.
Yeah.
Right from the couch.
Nobody could tell different.
So that's what I would say, you know, am I going to, start it later. That's fine. You don't want to start today, start tomorrow. You don't start tomorrow, start Friday. You don't start Friday, you know what, start next week. But when you start, the discipline has to be there.
It's time to go.
Right. Yeah. So it's all right. Start later. But, you know, when you start, it's got to be nose to the grindstone. Right. So just like how this was just us kind of just talking one day. Hey, man, you know, hey, I'm into running. No, this is what the first time we really started, we spent like, what, an hour on the phone.
Oh, I know.
Talking about.
I seen the trail sticker on your other cup.
Right.
And found out you trail ran. Right. I was like, what? Right.
And then, and then now look at us.
Over with.
You know, we're shooting, we're running, we're getting that community built. So discipline, you know, and it's okay to start later.
Love it.
Start later. So good one. All right, your turn.
Good one. Hey, and just for the record, we're going to pull one more. That'll leave 8 of them in here. If you've submitted a question or a suggestion, they're going to stay in here until we pull it. And so we'll probably fold them up a little better than what we got them right now. But keep them coming in. Yeah, that's tough. All right, here we go.
What you got?
Oh, here's a good one. This one comes from Lee R.
Okay.
The mental health benefits that you may get from running, lifting, hiking, etc., working out.
My man. P Money, man. Appreciate you, big dog. I see you out there leaving comments, man. This is a good friend of mine. We play ball together, grew up together, high school kids, man. Man, the mental, you know, I would say it would probably be the best thing for my mental health has been the running or being physical, working out. You know, like I said, me and my man Lee, we play ball together.
Grinding a lot.
Yeah, you know, we're out there running in the summertime, you know, we're working out in the wintertime, grinding on the football field together. To where when I wasn't doing that no more with that community, well, I had to figure out a way to do it later. And it wasn't like something where when I got done playing ball, it was like, oh, I'm on it. I'm doing it again, right? To where it was hard in that mental state. To where, you know, like I mentioned episode 0, you know, I did a lot of this because of my substance abuse, right?
Yeah, right.
Don't want to drink anymore. And this is what helps me because I know I have an addictive personality. Well, let's get addicted to some hard shit.
That's
right. Right? You know? To where I think it helps me the best now, do I have days where it destroys for sure. To where it's not good for my mental health, you know, where
right.
That maybe I feel like at first, like I'm negative. I don't want to be out here. This sucks. Like, why am I out here? But getting out there and putting my ass out there and doing it is what's really helped me get into like today. Like right now, when we got done today, I was like, man, I'm so glad we did this, man. Thank you. You know, because
as opposed to when we pulled up.
When we pulled up, it was like, Tim, scratch it. Like episode 1.5 next week.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
we're just doing every other week.
Yeah, right. You know, but
like
this made it worth it.
Right.
You know,
right.
Where even afterwards, we're exhausted. You know, but it's our mental health and our mental strength that really pushed us through 90% of it.
100%.
The 10% came. It was just us putting one foot in front of the other.
Mm-hmm.
But us say, hey, I'm going out there. All right, hey, I'm going to finish this. Or, hey, we're going to have this conversation, you know, or something like that. Right. that is what I think made my mental health stronger to when it was weak,
Absolutely.
to where when, starting my mental health journey with the running helped me accomplish the struggles that I needed to do when my dad passed away, made me mentally stronger. So that's kind of my and also my wife's a therapist, so I never win that battle.
You're gonna lose everyone.
Everyone.
She's got me all the time.
I mean, we're talking feelings all the time, but I love you, babe. Thank you. Okay. So same to you, man. How does it help your mental health?
So for me, it's funny. I mean, we talked about it on the trail today. I said, some days running is physical. It tests you physical. Some days running is spiritual.
Right.
But it's not always physical test for me. It's not always a spiritual run for me.
Mm-hmm.
But it's always a mental improvement for me. Every time that I get out there, I mean, like we said today, like I think, well, I used to say I guess it's proven now. If you guys want to know the science behind it, go watch Andrew Huberman. But anytime that we do something that we don't want to do, it grows a part in our brain that leads to a longer life.
Right.
The more we challenge ourselves, the more hard things that we do, the more that grows.
Right.
Which and again, don't quote me on any scientific stuff, but Andrew Huberman's a smart guy, and you can go watch this whole episode with David Goggins about it. But I think every time that you go and put in miles, or every time you go, I mean, there's a bunch of people that get their therapy from going to the gym.
Right.
A good buddy of mine, George, that I went to school with, that he has Fit Nutrition. He's a physical trainer. Y'all hit him up if you want any physical training. But anyways, I wish I remember what it is, but it's Fit. It's PHIT.
Okay.
But it's all because of that. It's all because of the physical healing.
Right.
I don't want to mess it up, but
yeah, right.
But he gets the same thing that I get from running. He gets from going to the gym.
Right.
It's proven that when we constrict our muscles and then release our muscles, whether it's running, lifting, that we release a serotonin in our body that improves our mental health.
Right.
It just does. Again, don't go look for me for the science stuff.
Right.
I just know what I've been looking into and all of that.
You can always talk about what's worked for you.
What's worked for me. Yeah. And I will say, I mean, some days I'll be out on maybe on the roads in Owasso or on the trails or whatever, and I'm going through it. And I'm going through it battling but when I get back home, I'm a better person.
Yeah.
I'm a better guy. Like you said, this morning when we got here, we were both not
we're done.
Not chipper.
Yeah,
we weren't chipper.
We were completely.
And when we get home this afternoon, this evening to the family, it's going to be a much better evening.
Yeah.
And that was just getting up and putting our shoes on,
and
whether it was a hike or a walk. You know what I mean? We talked about it, and I'm just going to throw this in there real quick. We talked about it on the trail, but guys, don't be mistaken. We all walk.
Yeah.
We all walk.
Hell
I think he got video of it on a trail talking about it. But yeah, it's coming out here walking is just as effective. Being out here in nature, breathing it in, like it's going to help you relax, let it go a little bit.
Right.
I think mental health is a big reason why we do this. Last thing I would touch on with the mental health, Lee's question, I physically notice that when I slack on my diet and I eat junk, everybody define junk as you want to define junk.
Right.
I'm not trying to be a nutritionist here, but for me, when I eat junk, I notice that I am in a worse mental space than I am when I eat clean.
Sluggish.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, not just mental clarity, alertness. I'll sleep in more.
To piggyback off of that question, do you think it's because you know you're eating junk? Or do you think your body is reacting to the junk? Or do you think it's a little bit of both?
Probably a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Probably a little bit of both. I know when I'm eating junk that I'm going to have repercussions, which is already just predetermining the repercussions to come.
Right.
So mentally, it definitely does add an aspect to it.
Right.
But I also think that what we're eating now, and I say it as all of us, like what we're eating is not beneficial for our mental health.
Right.
I'll stand on that till till I die.
Right.
It affects our mental health.
No, that's
what
huge.
we put in our body.
Yeah. When I changed my diet to eat a little bit cleaner after the focus for the Pumpkin Holler run.
Yeah.
After this year, that was huge too. You know, a lot of that had to do with drinking, but that was something. But like when I really stayed off of the sugars, really started trying to do more of like a, you know, caveman diet or whatever you want to say. You know, I mean, do I go get a cheeseburger? You best believe it.
Sounds good.
When I get it that day, but
Sounds
I'm not
good
eating
right
that
now.
right every day. Nah, but no, I think that's a really good one. So good question there.
Yeah, thank you, Lee. I appreciate it.
I thought we had some. I thought that was the two ones that we kind of wanted to talk about, and I want to say, hey, we didn't plan those. We put a bunch of different ones in there, and
they're just all in there together.
Yeah,
guys.
and we just the ones that we pulled. So man, Lee, JT, thank you guys, man. Appreciate that. So, man, I think that was a good little segment that we had there with Father's Day. You know, us kind of getting in depth with that, and then we want to make sure that we're getting you guys involved. So like Tim said, guys, hit us up, let us know. Hit the socials up, you know. It can be a silly question, you know, like, what's your favorite song? You know, what gets you gunning? You know, a little side note there, you know. So like, we do want to do random on the spot questions for each other.
Yeah,
so that's
I like
one.
it.
That's one that I think I'm gonna hit Tim with right now. What's the best song that you got that when you hear it out there, your motor's just running?
One song?
One song.
Oh, man,
what's
that's
one
tough.
when you hear it, it's like, all right, here we go.
Sam Barber, Run.
Oh.
That's probably it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a few of them. I've got a
like
playlist
a running playlist.
That's just
right.
My Speed is what it's called.
Well, go through a couple.
It's a bunch of country.
Right.
It's a bunch of country. Actually, funny enough, the kids in Bailey are going to laugh about this, but I also have a AI artist so it's a guy that puts together
covers.
Yeah, it's Christian music.
Oh,
Actually,
okay, cool.
It's some Christian country hip hop type of vibe to it.
Right.
Anyways, I had no idea. My age showed. I'm listening to
Hey,
this. I'm like, this dude is
solid.
dope. And then I started listening. I'm like, wait a minute. I think he's making the beats and he's writing and he's singing. And then come to find out it was AI. But there's a guy, I don't know his name off the top of my head, but he, I guess, types up all the lyrics. But yeah, good songs, uplifting songs. Man, sometimes I'll put on Pandora.
Just let run.
Let Nipsey Hussle run.
Right, right.
Ghetto Boys. I'm a big Scarface guy. So it depends how many miles I got. Depends what I listen to. But I listen to a lot of Zach Bryan and Sam Barber.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Ray Clay Strays.
Oh, that is a variety. I think that's a lot of runners' playlists.
I'm more of
variety.
What did Bailey call it? Folk country type.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't go. I know a lot of people listen to hardcore, and
you like that banjo.
That'll get me going too fast.
Yeah.
Honestly, if I get out there and get too fired up, I ain't got that many miles.
I'm gassed out.
I gotta pace myself. So yeah, no, but I like Sam Barber. He's got a song called Run. And then Zach Bryan's got a song called Miles.
Yeah.
Miles.
You know, Zach Bryan, what is that one? Let Me Out, one about the bull.
Oh, yeah. Open the gate. Open the gate. That's my son. Actually, Eli, my 6-year-old, he is a Zach Bryan.
That's his song.
Freak. He'll tell you, if you come in and he's listening to the Red Rock album or the Red Rock performance, he'll be like, this is 6-year-old, never been to freaking anywhere close to Red Rock.
Right.
You walk in, he'll be like, hey, Dad, this is Red Rock. Zach Bryan at Red Rock. He'll let you know he's big time into Zach Bryan.
That's awesome.
When he broke his arm, I signed this cast, or I guess it was his other arm, but I signed this cast right here with Daddy by My Side.
Oh, yeah.
That song. So, yeah, he loved it. He loved it.
No, I love that. That's my favorite Zach
But what
Bryan.
about you? What's your go-to listen and top on the playlist?
I'm very variety, so... I got a playlist of a bunch of random songs, but they, every meaning has, maybe there's, a salsa song that has a little bit of meanings from my mom, there's a rock song's got my dad, or, something that helps me remind, it's funny because I was on my last mile. Watch died yesterday running 16. I'm pretty sure I did 16 and some change.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
We'll call it 17.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Nobody can tell the difference.
17-ish.
Yeah.
You know? So when I got, man, I called my brother. I was on the last mile because I could see the car. So I was like, bro, I need it.
The promised land.
I need it. I said, bro, I'm dying. I need help. He goes, bro, put in something that gets you going. I was like, all right. So when I hung up on him, bro, I played the song from Last of the Mohicans, The Kiss, when he's running in the woods. That thing,
Demo said that's me.
That thing took me to the promised land yesterday.
That's me right now. I'm taking it home, baby.
Bro, I was like, I'm running through woods hunting.
Yeah.
I'm hunting deer right now, you know. So, you know, there's a lot of variety.
That's good.
I say, you know, every song has a meaning. You know, sometimes, man, I just throw a podcast on too.
Right. You were saying that.
Yeah,
I don't run the pods too much, but
if I just, you know, just to kind of help me, you know, just disconnect.
Right.
You know, I know my brother always talk, hey, you raw dog 'em, you know, and you can be an animal and no music. I'm like,
oh, you see me with the first
lap.
lap.
The first lap yesterday. Yeah, he was raw dogging it.
Nothing.
That's
but
tough.
that was my fault. I forgot to charge my headphones.
Tough, bro. You know?
But I will say, when I went and ran the Ouachita Trail, I went probably 2 hours with no electronics or anything, and it was different. Just hearing the footprints, hearing the footsteps, and
hearing that.
Yeah. It was complete quiet, and it was my foot. That was all that you could hear. So yeah, it's different doing.
Well, that's
it with
one thing
no
I would
music.
say too. Like, there are times when I'm like randomly listening to a playlist and I'm like on a big run, and I'm like on mile 8 or whatever, and I got a song, and it will juice me up to where I'm like, slow down,
Yeah,
slow down,
you
slow
better
down.
chill out.
Like,
You better chill out.
You got 7
You got a
more
long
of
way
these.
to go, buddy. Yeah.
Do not gas out right here.
Yeah,
But there's
yeah.
times where, man, I get that tingling in my knees. You get that tingling because you feel that adrenaline, and you're like, all right, I gotta slow down.
You got to chill.
Because I'm about to start running 9-minute miles, and I don't run 9-minute
Ain't
miles.
ain't there for a long time.
I'm there for 30 seconds.
Yeah, I ain't got more than 1 mile in
You
me.
know, so no, that's a good one. So what you got
That's
for me,
good.
Tim? What you got?
Last question. I being that it's Father's Day, you know, we're documenting. Let's end it with a message to your kids. If you can give one message. One day we're not going to be here. We talked about this running. I'm planning on making it 120 years.
Right.
Let's see about what would that be? 77 years from now.
Yeah.
77 years from now.
77.
I want to leave something to my kids, which will be old and grandpas by then. But
Right.
but I want to leave something to them too. You know, what's your message to them? You got a little one. They're both little right now.
What's
so
my message? That's a good
a
one.
message to them. Hey, we may revisit this
That's a
again
good
next
one.
year.
That's a real good one. You know, I would say, man, it's okay to fall down. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to lose. You don't gotta like it, but it's okay to fall down, scrape your knee. It's okay to think about, man, that was hard, and it's okay to say I don't want to do it again. But damn, you better pull your ass up and go get it.
Go do it again.
It's okay to fail, but don't accept failure.
Oh, I like it.
Right. We're not perfect, and we know that.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's what's beautiful about being humans, being this creature that we're on this planet, is that we're never going to be perfect in anything that we do, but doesn't mean that we don't strive to be perfect.
That's right.
So I would tell my kids, it's all right to fall. Just get that ass up and get going again.
Yeah.
Nose to the grindstone.
That's good. That's good.
Man, same to you. What would you say?
Same to me. So I would say, I honestly, I've thought about it. I would be on the same lines with you. If I give them one word, maybe it would be endure. Endure. You know, be resilient.
Right.
It's going to be hard. It's going to get tough. Things are going to happen. You know, traumatic things happen in the family, and we go through tough times. But you're greater than you could ever imagine. And if you'll reach out and just do it, be uncomfortable, you only get better from discomfort.
Yep.
You will never improve being lazy or being comfortable. Happiness is a myth that you're chasing. Continue to be uncomfortable and continue to be better. Again, I said, you know, and I'm going to tell my football team this year, again, those are my kids too. This is a message to you guys and to my sons and anybody else out there. Practice does not make perfect. practice makes progression, and that's what you're chasing. Chase perfection, but understand that progression is the goal.
Right.
And enjoy it. Enjoy it, man.
Right.
Enjoy all the hard times, because when you overcome them, you'll be better on the other side.
No, that's great. That's great.
That's all I got, man. That's all I got. I end it. I love you, boys. That's it. I got it.
No, that's perfect, man. I think that's a lot of time. I know we put a lot of time on this.
It's a full show.
Yeah,
first full episode.
Man, just to kind of end this on this note, you guys just remember, man, Tim's got his 100 coming up, July 11th, the Midnight Madness. Your boy right here is going to be chiefing it. So, man, we'll be setting up.
Y'all are welcome to come out.
We're going to post kind of our game plan, where we'll be at, on what times. Kind of a weird run, kind of how he needs to run it. But just be on the lookout on the socials, on the Run Club team page. Just on, one, like I said, we want advice. Give us some advice.
Yeah.
How can we make it better for him? How can I be a better crew chief too? So, but then that's really it, man. Man, appreciate you, Tim. Thank you for letting me.
Happy Father's Day, brother.
Happy Father's Day, my man. That's all I got, brother.
That's all I got. Until next time, run different.
All right.